Hi, I'm Misty. I'm a shapeshifting variety VTuber who is hellbent on exploring all kinds of new content. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Australia has a lot of spiders, but recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did. And
Okay.
What is the most certified Australian moment I've ever seen? For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are up to is the Sydney funnel web, the deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary looking fuckers are highly venomous and can find you with a bite in 15 minutes.
15?
Wearing thick clothes will save you. Be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me, 2 inches...
If I see a 2-inch spider... hello? Bro, if I see a 2-centimeter spider, I'm screaming. A 2-inch spider? It can have my whole apartment. It can honestly sign the lease, because I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back.
Is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison, this is the new one.
Oh my god! Ew! Where's its head? I'm gonna have nightmares, dude. What is that?
It's twice the fucking size, cunt! 4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom.
4 inches? No, I thought it was 2 inches. It's 2 inches bigger than the original. This is why I can never visit Australia. People say Australia has amazing seafood, and as you guys know, seafood can lure me to do so many unholy things. But it could not lure me into the hellscape that is Australia. I'm so sorry, but I will not be going down under. Like, hello?
But that isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy.
Scientist? The Newcastle Big Boy? My next League of Legends IGN. The Newcastle Big Girl. Only gonna play Evelyn. Holy. Deadliest
spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy. Only in Australia.
What is that? Is that a real thing?
Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. See, everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature create.
Guys, did you know that friggin' platypus are also holographic? They're holographic. Yes, they sweat milk. It's so strange. Yes, they sweat milk.
And just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you.
I did know that they're venomous. Oh, bro, I'm a genius. I did know that they're venomous, which is a little unnecessary since their beaks can also hurt you and their claws can also hurt you. They're kind of just overkitted, you know, like, again, every other League of Legends champion.
You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey.
Yeah, platypus are fucking overkitted. They have too many features. This is why Nintendo games cost $900. Too many features. Bring back game simplicity. Yeah, I don't know who decided to upgrade their platypus with sonar, but Damn. Somebody gotta nerf this thing.
Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
Yeah! Fucking holographic SSR Plus.
They glow.
They glow! Look how pretty it is. No one knows why. No one knows why this is a feature. Like, it doesn't make sense for it to be a feature. But it's a feature. It's a feature.
If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it.
That's the funny part, right? So the cartoon that featured Perry the Platypus, who was the green platypus, a lot of people were like, why did you decide to make him green? Why did you decide to make him green? It was discovered that they were bioluminescent after that cartoon stopped airing. So it's like a little I don't know how do they say it, like a little Mandela effect or something, but it was purely coincidence, or the creator is just a seer.
I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus.
Why who did this? Whoever made this image needs to be buried underneath the prison.
And I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing? Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you. That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native.
Ew! Why does it look moldy? It looks like a VTuber would eat it.
Fish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because
this one looks angry though. Sometimes you can just look at things and tell that they're dangerous. Like, I would look at this thing and I would think that it was dangerous purely because it looks like red and angry and also moldy.
In the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran.
Imagine just going for a swim and you're just frolicking along the beach and you're so relaxed and you're listening to the sound of the waves. Your friends are giggling and chuckling and you guys are looking for cute little shells to pick up. And honestly, it's good tide. It's good tide. So you're near like the shallow end of the water and you're just like, wow, this has such a unique color to it. And you pick it up to show your friends and then you fucking die because it was a stupid ass fish that looked like a pebble.
Having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach. And that...
How did I fucking call it, dude? How did I call it? No. I'm honestly just an intuitive genius, aren't I? Someone needs to hire me to be the scientist that names things, because I'm not going to name shit Newcastle Big Boy.
Venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going.
Ew! Brother,
on with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach...
I swear I'm going into this blind. How did I predict this?
One of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then...
Why is it so milky? Ew.
Deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No. You see, these things maxed out the
Neurotoxin?
toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Tissue necrosis? Your flesh is rotting from the inside out?
Because this is Australia, where even the scenery is trying to one-shot me. This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him!
Introducing the cassowary, a species...
What the hell is a cassowary? It kind of looks like a Chinese emperor. You know how they used to wear like those hats that like, it kind of looks like that. It looks like a little Chinese emperor, except it doesn't live in China. It lives in the hellscape called Australia.
Species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still flatline you though.
Oh, I got so excited just to find out that it's still a death trap.
And I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79
Is it that I kind of want to pet it? Can I pet that bird?
kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall.
6 feet tall? It's almost as tall as I am.
Stop the cap.
Meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But
What is Tyler 1 doing there? What is Tyler doing there?
But what makes them stick out from emus? Well, you see, the cassowary is basically...
Why does its head look like that? It looks like that, like, one thing that you had to kill, like, when you started playing Monster Hunter, like... I think it's Wilds, not Rise. Monster Hunter Wilds. When you get there and you like go and there's like a little flame version of one of these, and you have to chop its head off because it throws rocks at you.
a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial.
What the fuck? Why is it so fucking horrifying? Why does it look like that? I had to burn my gaze. I literally can't look at it.
And most importantly,
Oh my god, why did it sound like that?
combat knife strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a cassowary claw.
Okay, we're dropping the toes for free. Oh my god, and it got the stiletto nails too and the matte black. Pop off, queen, pop off.
And it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long.
Period.
And you know, I mean, honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially if it's something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife.
Oh my gosh. They disembowel you? What?
An attempt to disembowel you.
What? Why is nature so horrifying?
And I mean, even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary
Fuck.
ran up behind.
Shit, it needs to stop doing that specific. I needed to stop doing that clip, dude. It's gonna scare me.
Find a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
Into the ocean?
I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where it...
Oh, he survived. So it had a happy ending. All I care about here is the happy endings.
At any point, I could be hit with a sneak attack by a
Fuck.
turkey is terrifying. Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
I'm dying.
This is the Gimpy plant.
Okay, we got the GIMP plant here. I got it.
A piece of
Twitch's CEO Dean Clancy would love this.
foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah,
Of course it is.
no, of course, man. Even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that, upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin.
It's always neurotoxin. How does anyone live here?
And cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times.
Well, they say after the first time it becomes much easier. So maybe if she goes and she touches it once again, maybe she'll learn that she has developed a sort of immunity against it. It's kind of like when you go out and you like try like, you know, like food that you've never tried before and it makes your tummy hurt. But the next time you go out and you try and you find out that it tastes good and it doesn't leave you in the bathroom for 8.5 hours.
And the f***ed up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground.
Can you think of the people that do that? Like the people that willingly take things, like people will be like, yeah, I heard this deadly Japanese wasp is out and about. I've gone and captured one. I'm gonna let it sting me. I'm gonna rate the sting from 1 to 10. Something's wrong with you.
This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years. Release.
What? What? Oh my goodness.
More neurotoxin anytime that they're moved or disturbed. This
anytime they are moved or disturbed? Oh my gosh, please. Please.
constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to
people uninstall their life subscription if they get stung by it. Oh my gosh, my heart. I probably would because what can I do otherwise, right? I'm confined to one spot for the rest of my life and I can't move, but I'm alive at least. No, hello?
make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Oh no, that is too much. Is toilet paper? Every time you sit, oh my gosh. I'm just imagining how horrific that would be. You can't sit. You don't get to ever touch your gamer chair ever again. Every time you go poop, every time you like get up at all ever, you're gonna have to like spread eagle your butt cheeks for your whole life. Oh yeah, no. You know, holy.
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct. I am
Honestly true.
dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile.
That thing's so fat, it looks like a floating shit. Holy.
A species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you. You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stat spread just feels like something
Great. Another overkitted, overstated character.
that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size.
Was that a dog? What was that? What is that? Is that a wiener dog?
Ridiculous size. You see, salties are the largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum
19 feet long. I see why the Floridians turn them into nuggets.
weight of 11
That's a lot of free protein, you know?
kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car. And the up part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth.
I don't think I'd spot that in the wild, I'm gonna be honest. I don't eat enough carrots for my eyesight to be that good. So honestly, I probably would just like die.
You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers.
Always the campers. Always the campers.
You see, they've got two raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth.
Jesus, jeez. Yeah, bite and spin. Nature's washing machine, except for digestion.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so
overbuffed champion.
a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spitting its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided.
Oh, I said washing machine earlier. Guys, honestly, he should hire me to be his scriptwriter. At this point, he can just hire me to be his scriptwriter. Like, honestly, for real, like, we're kind of one for one. We're kind of on the same wavelength. I understand his creative process. We'd be friends.
To eat, snaps off, and is added to its protein goals. But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years. Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun. Rest in
peace.
Peace, you absolute f***ing legend.
I don't know. After watching that, I don't know. I might be mentally ill, but I think I'd win. I'm pretty sure I'd win.
Koalas are really dumb.
Koalas are really dumb. Koalas are, like, incredibly stupid. Not only are they incredibly stupid, but they also, like, kind of suck at existing, right? Like, did you know, like, they eat their mom's poop when they're babies? It's really strange. It's really strange. And then if they fall out of the tree, they kind of just die. Like, they're not great. They're kind of dumb. They're kind of stupid. Yeah, they also have STDs.
In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet.
They're not supposed to eat that. Like...
Because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison. You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic, because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so f***ing poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm, because Australia. Now, despite nature putting up this giant do not eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't f***ing read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala f*** all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't f***ing cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping.
They sleep as much as I do.
In order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch.
Literally, yeah.
I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an Esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***. I love him.
I love him.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph. Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp.
Tarantula hawk wasp? Ah, hell no.
Possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But before
What the fuck was that game clip? It just sounded wet.
we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet.
Honestly, it looks like one of the grasshoppers that were bullying the ants in an ant's life. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
Coming in at a massive 2.5 inches.
What the fuck? Guys, I'm so sick of this. I want all the knowledge I gained to be gone. I don't want this knowledge anymore. This cursed forbidden knowledge should have remained in its original continent.
Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge. And this is probably the most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the...
This is what I'm talking about. This fucking freak right here. Point at him. Freak. I need to see all caps freak in the chat, dude. These freak ass content creators. Freak. These freaks right here. This is the freak I'm talking about.
bullet ant. Pack and a half inch sting.
And bro had the nerve to say, losing it.
With a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and
Your arm, you should have thought about it before you press that thing against your arm. You forced that creature to make out with your arm. You violated that creature. They were non-consenting. You put their mouth on your arm and you got what you friggin' deserved.
electric. Now, the size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can...
Why was that spider so fucking huge? I'm not gonna rewind it because I really don't want to see that. But that spider was built like a whole Alaskan snow crab. Like that was horrifying to even get a glimpse of.
Eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him, flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbour Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant, and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralysed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh food right here underneath them. That food being the still paralysed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chest burster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. And
What? What a fucking horrible time to be sentient. What did I just hear?
good luck getting any sleep tonight. A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped.
I'm sorry, the gorilla rips every person there to shreds.
But that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos, I present to you the hippopotamus. Yeah, look, a hippo causing a 100-long line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Moodang has done for the hippopotamus community, doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150.
I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky.
The temperament of a fucking serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it.
Yeah.
You say the hippopotamus is possibly the tankiest.
It's because not only are they like really thick, it's because they have a kind of leathery hide. Not only do they have a leathery hide, but also they condition themselves in mud, and the mud hardens on their skin. And the more it does that, the more the mud layers, thus making their skin really hard to pierce with anything that's like sticks, spears, etc. They're one of the hardest games to hunt because oftentimes hunting it will result in you becoming the game.
Land animal on the fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a
Yeah, honestly, the mom was trying her best. She was trying her best. She has kids at home that she has to fucking feed. She got bills to pay.
family meal. Notice how the hippopotamus does not give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal. They are, in fact, violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half.
Yes, they can and will. They have a very like extreme bite force. It's really unexpected. That's the bite of 7. Yes, actually.
A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 psi of pure crushing force.
And remember, the human skull snaps at about, I think it was 1,400 psi or 1,700 psi that was previously stated earlier in the video. 1,100 is crazy.
So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through. But honestly, the bite doesn't even f***ing matter. It weighs 4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour. Getting hit by...
I'm sorry, but the fucking piano will always take me out. The piano will always take me out.
by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way.
I'm sorry, the memes in this video take me out more than the actual horrific creatures.
Hey, we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
Okay, but look at his tummy. I kind of want to touch his tummy. I'm not gonna lie.
In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
How did that alligator end up in that situation to be jumped by 40 hippos?
Komodo dragons are horror villains. I mean, seriously, this industrial-sized...
Komodo dragons are horror villains, but not worse than the 4 men that tracked down a Komodo dragon, killed it, and essayed it.
What?
Those people deserve to be buried underneath Aquaman's prison.
It is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom.
Why is it so fat, though?
when it comes to hunting methods, packing a PhD in suffering and a double degree in biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 160.
Oh my god. Imagine a 365-pound lizard pulling up on you.
6 kilos and being a full 3.13 meters in length, which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough,
Bro, not the Tyler one again.
banger mode of transport right there.
Now, being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size because, as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous.
Of course they're venomous. Let me guess, the neurotoxins again?
And this isn't just your run-of-the-mill snake venom that, gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the
Hemorrhagic venom? The fucking thing has damage per second? Oh my god. The thing's packing red buff.
Komodo dragon off and just sit.
I just can't believe it. This huge ass reptile is rocking the blessing of the elder lizard.
It's there watching.
The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDash order. A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So, the animal is still slowly bleeding out, and the Komodo is still watching. More time passes.
Oh my god, it has Warwick's blood trail too? Overkitted ass character. Oh, not a DPS tank. My worst nightmare.
That bite wound gets infected because Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money.
Ew.
The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, and the Komodo is still watching. Another week passes. The infection has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching like he's waiting for his meal to heat up in the microwave. Once the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole.
What? Ew. I hate reptiles. I'm sorry, Snake VTubers.
As it screams on the way down. Even for me, man, that's fucked. This is the deadliest snake in the world.
Is that a black mamba? Kaboopa snoot?
Introducing the inland taipan.
Kaboopa snoot?
And being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found. It's Australia, of course it's fucking Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in the outback. Luckily, extremely far from civilization, because this homicidal hospital hose is the definition of size doesn't matter.
There's no PP left for this move.
Because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.
Ew, it's venomous pee. It has venom.
2 millimeters. The taipan is here to show you that you absolutely can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the
Imagine being that poor little snake and getting venom milked. It must be so uncomfortable. Like when a dentist is like doing your teeth cleaning, but they hate you, so they keep purposefully like spraying a crap ton of water straight onto your gums.
Planet. Yeah, tapehead venom is a pina colada of pain.
I love pina colada.
Containing, but not limited to, hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis, nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin.
Of course, it's neurotoxin. Honestly, I could be convinced that the gate to hell is in Australia and that these creations are just things that just casually slipped out of the gates of hell. These were animals and creatures that were used to torture the denizens of hell. I'm 100% sure.
Needless to say, if it bites you, you will get a headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonising pain,
Walter! Walter!
then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes. And that venom is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people.
But the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild,
They only hunt rats and fucking mice.
Oh, good. Not for the rats or mice, but like good. It doesn't hunt any large game. Again, overkitted for its role, dude. Overkitted.
The deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to pack up Remy the rat. It's like hunting a rabbit with a fucking AWP.
That's the cutest f***ing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, Lola.
This adorable little octopus.
Guys, just so you guys know, just so you guys know, because I care about you. Can I just let you guys know that anything that you ever see in the wild, ever, if it's brightly colored, just leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone. I'm slapping your little hand away now. Don't touch it, okay? Don't touch it.
Is also the world's deadliest. Introducing the blue-ringed octopus, a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point, it's venomous. Because of course it's fucking venomous. Why wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make my life way too fucking easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign. However, it immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller
It is so tiny. It's so tiny.
than a 50-cent coin. And this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world. That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically, tetrodotoxin. You know, the same shit that turns cooking a puff fish into a quick time event? Yeah, these little guys are packing it too. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this shit as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in
Oh my gosh.
those Speedos,
Bro is built just like me. I'm not even gonna lie. Thunder.
you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to feel sick, weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
Every mother's afternoon drinky drink.
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach. Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there on the beach.
Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20 minutes.
In under 20 minutes?
God ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered. Employee of the month.
This shrimp can cause explosions.
Oh, is this a shrimp that like breaks off other like creatures like arms and stuff?
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armored sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope, giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't. You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones
Oh my gosh.
compared to our 3, which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled.
What the fuck is that? Patrick X Majin Buu has build. I hate it here.
At 500 render distance.
Oh my piece.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums. And despite all of this, they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Krabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands.
Yep, this is the little shrimp that can break off little creatures' arms and stuff.
That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite. Now, to produce
Punch that kid! Bro, it's the memes in these videos that keep getting me.
that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast it creates a vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses
At such a speed,
it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. Mr. Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money.
Oh my god, it kicked him in his shit. Honestly, me drop kicking the cuties, not gonna lie. Me drop kicking the hell out of my chat for the funsies.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This one's Australian. Introducing the cone snail,
Yay, my immortal snail.
an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it, it can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin.
Oh my gosh.
The way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly
I need to come clean and I need to confess to you guys. When I was younger, much younger, baby Stee, you could say, I used to hunt and capture little snails. And I, in fact, salt shakered them to death multiple times. I enjoyed seeing the salt particles cause their skin to bubble. And when they stopped squirming, I buried them in the front yard closest to the road. But that's all really. It was really just for science.
effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog mate.
Hi there.
And he hunts by
I prefer Sub-Zero or Scorpion. You know, I prefer Scorpion's get over here. You know what I'm saying?
slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a tooth harpoon at 90
A tooth harpoon?
kilometers a hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion.
That's what I like to see. Scorpion, my boy.
And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's
That's my impersonation of a Minecraft slurper.
venomous. That harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin
Yeah, literally me, days without neurotoxin.
that instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a night.
What the fuck is that? It looks like one of those rose creatures. What were they called? Gorgons? One of those Gorgons from Expedition 33? What the fuck?
Mirrorish version of Kirby.
We called it the Kirby.
And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people.
Emotional damage.
Oh my goodness.
Potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh yeah, and there's no anti-venom.
Because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterplay.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Who designed these overkitted ass creatures? Oh my goodness, this is not balanced. I swear Riot Games is gonna start basing their champions off of creatures from Australia. 100%.
Who balanced this sh-? If you see this thing T-pose, run.
It's a little anteater. Hello, me anteater. Or is that an aardvark? I can't really tell the difference. I think this is an aardvark.
Introducing the anteater, a good
Anteater, I'm a genius.
goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're gonna have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue.
Anyways,
Designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's Life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that
the crunchy noises.
tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Oh, that's simple, with the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now,
What?
these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and fuck all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail you in a thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery.
What? Not the anteater aiming for your vitals. Who designed these things? Anteaters are really cute. I think they're really cute, but I also do think that they're the definition of fuck around and find out.
Causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the
Have you guys ever considered where you'd like to bleed out at? I've heard some people say snowy mountains. Yeah, I said flower field as the sun's coming down. I think that's my ideal bleed out area.
anteater watches you go meet your ancestors.
Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
Look how cute it is, though. I feel like I'd want to hug it. Can I pet that dog?
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep...
Ah! Bro, I really...
But what is it? Well, introducing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera.
Hell no! Hell no! To the no. Literally hell no. What the hell no! That house now belongs to the spider. Literally, I would have that fucking spider sign the deed. It could have the fucking house. Hell, it could have the kids. It could have my husband. It could have whatever it wanted as long as it stayed the hell away from me afterwards.
Sing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera.
No, absolutely not.
Look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat...
I'm sorry, what was that?
Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle.
I think MoreParz spends too much time. Way too much time. Way too much time on the green site. Far too much time on the green site. How do you even think of saying that shit? How do you think you spend way too much time on the green site?
Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to...
The fuck? It keeps getting worse every time. I think, okay, well, at least that one's not humongous. What the fuck? What is that? No.
30 fucking centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span, and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see,
Aww.
is a big...
Aww. Is it nice? It's a nice spider. Aww. It's a big old sweetheart.
Sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these
No neurotoxin. Oh my god. One day without neurotoxin.
bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes.
Yeah, but how do I protect my bedroom from that creature? If I see a huntsman in my house, I'm gonna burn that shit down.
Because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, you see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
No! No! Give me the drop bear. Give me the drop bear, but don't do this to me.
Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're gonna crash the... Australia...
Would be me. That would have been me. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.